Hi, I'm Jill at engVid.com, and today we're going to look at the verb to get. Now, we've looked at this verb in other lessons, but that's because it is used so much in so many different ways that it does need several lessons to cover the different ways that it's used. And we have 11 expressions here which are a little bit more difficult to understand. If you translate each word individually, you probably still might not understand what the meaning really is, because these are like metaphorical or idiomatic expressions which really need to be explained in other words. So let's have a look, and I think you'll see what I mean by that. Okay, so the first one is to get out of hand. If things get out of hand, well, you think hand, out of hand? It means things get out of control. So if you imagine you're holding something with your hand, you're controlling it. But if things get out of hand, they go free, anything could happen then. So if you're losing control of something, you can say things are getting out of hand. Okay. Secondly, to get rid of something. This word rid, it means to throw something away usually, or give something away that you don't want anymore. Let's get rid of it. You know, that old chair, it's broken. It's just taking up space in the room. We can't sit on it. We can't get it repaired. Let's get rid of it. Okay, throw it away, give it away. Just leave it on the street. Some people do. They leave all sorts of things on the street, and the local council have to come and pick them up. So to get rid of something, okay, that you don't want anymore. Next one, to get used to something is when it's a new thing, or maybe a new person. To get used to someone, to get used to a new person. If you're working in an office, a new person starts working there. Maybe they're a bit different from normal, from your other colleagues for some reason. You have to get used to them, their personality, the things they say, their way of working. So you have to get used to them, or to get used to some situation, some new situation. Okay. To get back home, so get back is a phrasal verb, verb plus preposition. We're here at a party, but we're a bit tired. It's not very exciting. We want to get back home. We'd rather be at home. We would prefer to be at home. Let's get back home, shall we? It's late anyway, so that's fairly straightforward. To get hold of something is just to hold, to get hold of. Maybe it could be in a situation where somebody is falling down a cliff or something. They could be falling, or off a building, and to stop themselves from falling, they need to get hold of something. A curtain in a window, or a tree growing on the cliff, or whatever it is. Get hold of something before you fall right down a very long way. So, got to get hold of something. Okay. To get going. Get going. We need to get going. We need to go, but it's a way of saying we need to get going. We need to start travelling, or to get started on a job that you're doing. Right? Another phrasal verb, to get together for a chat, for example, or to get together for a meal, all sorts of reasons. So to get together is to meet someone, a friend, a relative. Let's get together next week for a chat, for a talk, for a meal. Just get together because we haven't seen each other for a while. Okay. To get a move on, if you're, it's time we got to move on. We need to get moving. Either you've got to be somewhere else. We need to leave here and start travelling to get a move on. You've got to move forward. Right. To get on in your career, to get on, another phrasal verb, is to progress. Maybe promotions, new positions, learning new skills. You're getting on, earning a higher salary. You're getting on, making progress in your career, in your job, your profession. This kind of getting on, though, has a different meaning. This is when somebody is getting older. I've put she, but it could equally be he. If they're getting on a bit, it's a way of saying, oh, they're getting quite old now. Not that that's a bad thing, but maybe, I don't know, possibly for the kind of job where you need to be very fit, physically fit, or maybe a ballet dancer, for example. They can't continue being a ballet dancer probably from the age of 50 or 60. They might do training of other ballet dancers, but she's getting on a bit now. We can't give her the main lead in Swan Lake anymore. It would need to be somebody younger. So to be getting on a bit, being a bit old for whatever the purpose is. Okay, and then finally, another phrasal verb, to get away with something, is if you've done something wrong. Maybe you made a mistake at work, but nobody notices, and nobody else gets blamed for it, probably either, but nobody has noticed that mistake. So you don't get punished for it. You don't get being told off by your boss. Your boss doesn't get angry with you because your boss doesn't know what the mistake was. So you got away with it. Everything's okay. Everything's continuing as if that thing that you did didn't happen. So that's our 11 examples there. I hope that's been helpful, just to show a few ways that the verb to get is used in a more complex way. If you'd like to do a quiz on this, please go to the website engvid.com, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Okay, bye.